Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance on the Dreame X30 robot vacuum cleaner. I'm also going to show you the results after cleaning my house for about 2 months. I cut the dust bag open. It's pretty incredible. Everything was extremely dirty. You can reuse most parts. I will put links to it in the show description for new parts. I got a little blowgun there. That's going to help out. We'll need to place the mop pads, but let's get started on how to do all the maintenance and the testing results using it at my house for 2 months. Now, this thing's at an amazing price right now, $650. It is Just a Dad approved. I highly recommend it. And here's the results and how to do all the maintenance. I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance on it. So I've had this in my house for a month. It's still relevant. It's kind of an older robot, the Dreame X30, on sale right now for $650. So that's a really good price considering some of these more expensive ones are around $1,000. So here's my cleaning history. It's had 98 cycles, 3,957. And you can see that from the cleaning history, it's done pretty good. There's been a couple interruptions here and there, but for the most part, you see green. I love this one. Now, it's not the absolute best, but for $650, this is an amazing price. So let's start off up here. Clean water tank. There is a filter. Again, this is going to be all the maintenance. So kind of pick what you want. I'll be doing the filters and everything, but once in a while, you just have to go through these things completely. There is a little filter down in there. You're going to want to clean that. Push that little tab out of the way, and then there's that little screen. Make sure the float moves up and down. Now the dirty water tank, you're going to be wanting to clean this quite a bit. I've been spraying Lysol in mine. So I keep a little spray bottle of Lysol. Every time I empty it, I rinse it, but then I spray just a couple squirts of Lysol. That prevents the odor, but we can see these tanks get really dirty. Now, this is my absolute favorite brush. People have been asking me. It's from Walmart. Great value bottle and straw cleaning kit. This is I've had all kinds of brushes. So this brush right here, and you know what? This one here probably could work for like right there. Look at that in there. So, but mainly it's this one. So I recommend getting this spray stuff. Works very well. It kind of foams up, gets in all the corners and crevices. You know, you're going to want to clean this. And again, this is why I'm going to demonstrate this brush. It's flexible. It just gets in all the corners. I can really clean up here. So you want to get your dirty water tank nice and clean. Okay, so next, let's do the dust bag. So people ask me all the time, do robot vacuum cleaners work? Yes, they do. So pull this little tab, that's going to close that. This bag is full, and we're going to cut that open to verify that this has been working. You're going to want to replace that bag about every 2 to 3 months, maybe every month, depending if you have a lot of dogs, about every month. Here's the solution tank. It doesn't use a whole lot of solution. Mine is out. I have been doing some testing. You can add your own floor cleaning solution to the clean water tank. I've never tried adding my own to this. They only want you to use the Dreame solution to that. So, and then we're going to do filters. I have it plugged in and I filled the clean water tank back up. Dirty water tank's installed. We're going to exit the robot and clean that little tray area. So do robot vacuum cleaners work? Yes, they do. Let's cut this bag open and let's see. You're going to be absolutely amazed. I love these bags because they got like 3 layers of protection. I don't get a lot of dust. Wow, this is absolutely incredible. Fine dust, big particles, lots of dog hair. That is absolutely amazing. I just can't stress enough how these things actually do work. They just work. I just don't know how else to say it. Do they pick up absolutely everything? No, but to say they don't work is a lie. They do work. That bag is completely full after a month. And this thing was vacuuming my house about 2 to 3 times a week. See how the dust is captured? It doesn't exit the bag. We don't get a bunch of dust when this is empty, and we don't get dust around it. It's all captured in the bag. See? Big chunks, popcorn chunks, lots of hair. Wow. People ask me all the time, they want bagless. I actually prefer bags because if I didn't cut this open, I would have hardly made a mess. Now, I kind of made a mess because I cut it open. But if you don't cut these open, they're so much easier. And they do have generic bags. I'll put a link to them in the show description notes. But they typically make, Dreame makes these, I think they're gonna make them for a while because they've got so many of these robots out there now. Take your new bag. Now there's a micro switch down in there. We gotta make sure, see that's clean. Slide it in that track. Okay, this is how to change the, whoops, sorry, I didn't show you. This is how to change the dust bag. Take it, slide it in that track. You got to get it all the way seated. You'll hear a micro switch. Now, that's flush, and this is down. Tuck the bag in here. Now, follow that. See how there's a seal? Put the top ears in, push it down. There's a micro switch. This is done. Absolutely amazing. Now, let's take the light. Let's take the robot. Under settings, go to more functions, scroll down. Clean the washboard base manually. Click on that. Please prepare a brush or a cloth suitable for deep cleaning. Step 1, place the robot into the dock and tap the start button. And it's going to empty this. So I've got this all turned on. It'll exit. The robot will exit the dock for about 10 seconds. Then remove the washboard, then wait for the clean water outflowing. So it's going to fill the base with water. Scrub it for 20 seconds, 10 seconds, use a brush, and then it's gonna, after pumping will process, last for 30 seconds. All right, do not do this on a table. Do this down below. Start cleaning washboard.
Start cleaning washboard.
The robot's gonna exit. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Woo, it would have fell off. So we just need,
remove the washboard.
All right, so let's put the robot over here. Hopefully it stays. But anyway, remove this washboard. Look how dirty that is. Now,
clean water starts outflowing.
All right, clean water is going to start coming out. You know, it doesn't say to spray anything down here, but I am. That's where all the stuff is really going to gather. And you can do this more than once. See, it's still putting water down. Ooh, it's hot. Be careful, that's hot water. I thought it might be hot, but it's really hot.
Please use a brush or cloth to clean the bottom of the base station.
All right, so we're getting this all. We got 20 seconds here. We're just going to keep cleaning it. Then we're going to kind of agitate it as it's sucking it up. Again, for this, you have to have it plugged in. I've got the clean water tank full, dirty water tank empty. Now we can take this to the sink. See?
Push the dirt to the pumping port.
Okay, here it goes. All right, we're supposed to push it to the, so agitate it so the dirt goes with it. And see, it's putting down more water. This is actually fun. Okay, now just keep pushing the water. There's the suction right back there. Okay, that's done. That was so fun. Now let's go wash this. All right, let's just spray it all down. This will be pretty simple. When you can take something to the sink, you can get this thing really, really clean. A lot of hair gets in here. How are the scrapers? The scrapers look pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this all clean. Again, 650 bucks. That's an amazing price. I mean, this thing used to be over $1,000. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's been some improvements, but nothing too drastic. Okay, this is clean. That's pretty stubborn dirt. I do see what people talk about. There's like some hard water now, deposits. Lots of hair wrapped around, but nothing too bad. That could have been cleaned a little better, but we'll call that good. Now we're gonna put that back. That's done. Now at this point, you would just hit the dock button, or you could just dock it yourself. But we're gonna start on the robot. Now I do recommend we're gonna turn, yeah, at this point now I turn the robot off. We're done with this. We will have to turn it back on to reset all the maintenance reminders. Okay, I've got this handy little tool here. It's kind of a generic, but it takes DeWalt batteries. You're gonna need a, what do they call these, those cloths? I forget, it's not coming to mind. Like a lint-free cloth, microfiber. All right, so some things to watch out. We gotta clean the sensors. That's a glass window. These sensors here need cleaned on this angle and this. You can see that gets pretty dirty. There's a LiDAR underneath there. Now you may have gotten like a popcorn chunk underneath there or something. You can turn that. Don't, just be really careful. You know, it does turn. There's like a little glass window right there, you know, 2 of them. Just, you know, just kind of give it a, okay, nothing's in there. Make sure the bumper is free. Sometimes popcorn kernels can get down there, or a piece of rice. There's also a window here, a little side sensor. And you can wipe. See, the robot's not been doing too bad of a job. All right, round back. These are the sensors. This is another sensor, and see how that's got some paint from rubbing up against the wall. So we may want to keep an eye on that. You can use an eraser to clean those. Those are the charging contacts. That's where it fills the robot. Those are just alignment pins. This is where it auto empties. That all looks good. Filter time. Now you should be doing this filter about every 2 weeks, but I don't. Okay, this is going to be one of the dirtiest parts of the job. Again, now just take. And when you do that, make sure nothing goes there. So just, and it does help if you take it outside. Okay. You got to get, I would buy an extra one of these filters. That way I always had one. Cleaned and drying. Lift this up. This filter is going to be extremely dirty with, ooh, my goodness. With super fine dust. I should have cleaned this a little. I did let it go a month. Wow. I let it go the entire time with that bag. It might have been a little over a month. So we're just gonna have to clean the heck out of this. I could take this outside. You can just blow this off and then put it back in. That'll get you a couple weeks. But I'm to a point now where it's gotta be. See, that is such fine dust. Ooh. And then you're gonna open this up. How do you open it? I forget. Oh, the side, only the side comes off. So we're gonna wash this. There's a little flapper here, be careful. But this is very filthy. While I'm going to the sink, let's take these off. These probably need replaced. I could put these in the laundry to just freshen them up, because this will wash them, but they get flat over time. I'm just gonna wipe this down. I don't want any water going in over here. Click this, let's take this to the sink. Ooh, yeah. We got something going on here. Let's pull this off. Huh, that should just come off. Grab 2 of these and then pull straight up. We got a bunch of hair wrap. Not too bad though. Ooh, we got a bunch. Hair wrap. This is the brush that comes with it. They do sell an upgrade. It's like 50 bucks that has cutters on it. We can take this to the sink. I'll take this outside and blow this off. There's sensors right here. These are fall off sensors. These little glass windows. Now this is a carpet sensor. We want to be really careful of that. We don't blow up really high air in there. Okay, so again, the carpet sensor, you don't want to pierce that or damage that in any way. Wipe off all of those fall off sensors. Nothing around the wheels. Thankfully, we don't have to do anything around the wheels. No hair. All right, let's wipe this off. Make sure the little ports that squirt the water are clean. And let's go, and these ends do come out. So there's a bunch of hair wrap. And you'll be surprised how much dirt is actually on the roller. So there's a lot of hair wrap on the roller. So yeah, this is probably worth getting the upgrade, but that's why some of the more modern ones have split rollers, and the middle is open, so the hair doesn't wrap around like that. But it didn't fail it, and as long as you keep up on the maintenance, it'll be okay. All right, let's grab this. I'll just put those in the laundry. Okay, here I am over at the sink. First thing is this. You're going to be pretty shocked how dirty. Well, we can move all the rest of the stuff, but that thing was super dirty. But the thing about this filter, that's why I buy extra ones, because you're going to have, this takes a while to dry. Now, if you can put this in direct sunlight, it'll dry in a day. But if it's the middle of winter, this could be pretty hard to dry. See, the dirt just keeps coming and coming. And squirt it from behind. There. That's clean. Let's get this. We can only go into the side here. And these things get really dirty, but they're made to be clean, so. You want to watch, we can open that trap door. You might have some hair caught around that trap door. Oh yeah, this part here was really dirty. Yeah, that part was really dirty, and there's a screen on that right there. All right, that one's done. Let's get the brush roll. You'll be shocked. These brush rollers actually hold a lot of dirt. Let this dry in the sun too, because that's got foam in the end of it. Now eventually you will have to replace this. It's starting to get some chips in it. That foam doesn't come out, so getting this dry could be tricky. I think there's foam all the way through it. The brush roller. Eventually you'll have to replace this, but this one's doing pretty good. This is the door. The door's in really good shape. Yeah, everything's good. There. We got these little wheels. These things are really dirty. They still got some hair on them. Yeah, these things are really dirty. The two little ends, they got a lot of hair wrap on them still. Ooh, yeah, deep down in there. So I probably yeah, look at that. Probably should use a, especially on this one, like a little toothpick or something. That little screwdriver, it kind of goes down in there a little bit. That's kind of a pivot point, so you want to make sure you get that nice and clean. Yeah, those are nice and clean now. And these, you know, they do get a little dirty. Just get them nice and clean. Okay, I got a wet cloth. Let's just wipe this down. Again, we don't want to get any dirt. We want to be really careful of this right here. That's like a piece of really thin plastic, like a membrane. If that gets ripped, I don't know how you'd replace that. And it looks very fragile, so be very careful. Let's just wipe all this down. This front wheel, you may have to pop it out. They can be kind of tricky. There, okay. This one's not too bad. There. Oh, good. Sometimes they're hard to get out. I don't see any hair wrap. If your robot is squeaky, this could be, put a little oil here. This could be a problem, but nothing here. Good. And then make sure you snap it in. Okay, so everything's clean. You know, getting this dry is going to take a little bit. Getting this dry is also going to take a little bit. Now, I did blow some air through all these components to help them dry a little bit quicker. Replace the dust bag. You can see the dirt is kind of entrapped in these mop pads pretty big. So it's probably time to replace those. These are clean. Let's put everything back together, and then let's reset the maintenance reminders. Got the mop pads installed. Let's get this. I think, yeah, there's two different sides. So one is kind of like a gear and the other one's a square. Now the square, no, now that's the square. It goes on that side, poke it in the gear. There. Take this, put the front feet in. First, rotate it, click it, and lift it up. It should be nice and level. Take the side brush, it's just a square. Pop it on. Could wipe this down, but be very careful. That's that membrane I was telling you about. Once the filter is dry, it'll only go one way. So the little handle, and that doesn't come out, that's an assembly. So the little handle goes that way, close this, and install it. All right, let's dock it, and that'll turn it back on. See, turns back on. Let's reset the maintenance reminders. All right, we're back in the settings. Now you may have been getting these pop-ups, you know, while you were doing everything. And I kind of let those pop-ups go for a little bit, and then I just do everything all at once. See, there's a pop-up telling me to replace or change the sensors or clean them. 3 little dots. Accessory usage, here it is. 18% left. I'm going to reset that. It wants me to replace it, but I think it's good. The side brush was doing pretty good. The main brush, 59%. I'm not going to replace it. I just cleaned it. So there's the one, that's the sensors. Cleaned and reset now. Every 30 hours. Mop pads, I did replace those. Every 80 hours. And disposable bag, replaced as needed. So there's all the maintenance reminders. You're ready to go now. Again, an amazing price, 650 bucks. The L40 might be a little bit better, and it was around 650 bucks too. That's the L40, a little bit better. Roborock Curve, those aren't on huge discounts. I've got the new Saros Z70 with a robotic arm. Got the new Eufy E28. I got the other one coming. This one's a little heavy with that carpet cleaner on it. Mova P50, P10 Pro, the new Narwhal. I've even got this new Narwhal. Oh, it just came in. I don't even know what it's called yet. The Z10. So, don't know anything about it. I will be comparing. There's the Frio Z that I have hooked up to water. That thing's just been a little champion. I haven't had to mess with it since it's been hooked up to water. So, pretty cool going on there. Got all the Eufy robots. I do have some new Roombas. They're not very good. So I bought a whiteboard, and I'm going to come up with some kind of system. It's taken me a while. I'm going to write down my favorite robots, the prices that I see, like the high price and the low price, so that you can wait for the low price. I'm going to help share this as much as I can with robot vacuum cleaners, from $200 all the way to $2,000 for every step in between. I'm also coming up with this is my other whiteboard, some sort of with kids, pets, price, floor. Got to integrate all this. I got this new Roborock QV series. It's like a QV35 or something. I'll be doing that today. Got this 105. I expect to be sending that back. Another 105 without a self-empty base. This is a Q-Revo water replenishment kit. It's kind of a generic brand, but I'll be reviewing that. Let's go down to the basement. There's that E28. So the X30 is going to be coming downstairs now for the robot testing grounds. And I got lots of robots. I've been bringing, they got red lights on because their dirty water tanks are full. They're just waiting. Even brought the Saros 10 down. Got lots of robots here. Got a whole station over there. Let's go over here. Here's where all my other floor cleaners that I tested. I will be doing some more of that. Ooh, the Eufy S1 had a little trouble. I hooked it up to a water replenishment kit. I wonder why it had trouble. It's been working flawlessly, but I hooked up to water replenishment kit with a dirty water tank that empties over into this drain line right there. So check that video out. That's a pretty cool video. I love robots that hook up to water lines, and I'll be testing more of them down here. Also testing all the different solutions. So I just been putting floor cleaning solution in the robots, clean water tanks, and they've been doing okay. Manufacturers are never gonna approve it, but I'll let you know which ones are working the best. So thanks everybody for your support. I do shorts. I may do a long form video on these. Mainly I'm doing vertical quick videos just to kind of bring awareness to my channel and that. So I will do a long form explaining my test results and the failures, the junkyard. So yes, check my vertical shorts, Instagram and TikTok also. And as always, thanks everybody for watching. I also have a podcast on robot vacuum cleaners. I probably skipped this week, been a little busy, but look for that coming. Just kind of news and industry about the robots. I've got so much to share. I'm really diving into robot vacuum cleaners right now. Maybe do some floor cleaners and stuff, but robot vacuum cleaners are going to be it for a while. So again, thanks everybody for your support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Whoops, I forgot to hit end.